having some fun tonight? Oh, we're grateful to have some kick-ass bands out with us. Ice Nine Kills, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
You did pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Right on. And now you have to put up with Metallica or something like that. I've seen them once, they're all right, you know. I'm kidding, man. We are so blessed that you are here, and that we're here too. This next song, I think, technically starts off with Lars counting it in. And then, my friend Kirk, you know, he's good at the guitar, all right? Here we go.
So with returning back to school over the course of this year, I told myself that I'm not going to go to that many more concerts. And that was a dirty, dirty lie. So recently, I went to the most recent Metallica concert for day one, so I will also be going the next day, which will, at the time of filming, tomorrow will be tomorrow. But today I am joined by a special guest. This is my girlfriend Stacy, also goes by Doulahan on YouTube and Instagram, right?
Close enough, actually.
Close enough.
Follow me at Doulahan Designs on YouTube and Doulahan Anastasia everywhere else.
She does make art and keychains and cool stuff like that, so if you like stuff that's better than the slop that I make, I'm sure she's much better. But for our anniversary, we decided that we were going to go to the Metallica concert that was in Philadelphia. The big draw for it was, the opener was Ice Nine Kills, followed by Limp Bizkit, and then of course leading up to Metallica. So she's not coming with me on the second day, but she really liked the bands that were going on the first, and it was our anniversary weekend, so we figured that would be a lot of fun to go. So I guess we'll start. So I guess we'll just start at the beginning. So what did you think of the venue?
So this was actually my first time specifically at the Lincoln Financial Field, and I've never been to a football field before. Let me tell you, god damn, it was extremely big, and I was just impressed at just how open and how big it was. The only thing that was not fun was climbing up 3 or 4, what was it, 5 sets of stairs to go up.
It had to be more than that.
Than
So we were in the 200 section,
Yes.
And the only way up was just like this spiraling staircase, and it was just one after the other after the other. And I was getting real nervous because I was like, oh Jesus Christ, I'm like, oh, are the seats gonna suck? But I think the seats were actually pretty good.
Oh, I agree.
Because like we were high up, but we were only the 4th row in, so like there was nobody directly behind us, so like you could stand up, which was nice. Well, the weather was scary for this entirety of this week. I think that we lucked out. It was nice and breezy. It wasn't super hot. It did get cold at the end, but we'll get to that in a moment. But I think seat-wise, we were at a better spot than I was when I saw them back in New Jersey. Just because, like, I think this venue like is just a little closer, so like it didn't feel like as vast as the New Jersey one. But as you know, as we'll see in the videos, there's a lot of people there. I guess we'll get into it. So what? So the first band was Ice Nine Kills, which I had seen before. The first time that I saw Metallica. So I guess we'll get your thoughts though. So what did you think of it since this is your first time seeing it?
Became a fan last year with Ice Nine Kills. This is my first exposure to them live, and I was excited because we all know they really came into their own once the silver screen came out.
You know, if I was a good editor, I would cut to you cutting my head off, be like, "Hey, Kirk!" But no, I'm not a good editor, so that's not going to happen. I mean, I would agree. I mean, I think they were just as good the first time I saw them. Since I had seen them. A new song that they had added that had come out since the first time was a work of art. That was crazy.
Oh my!
That was insane.
There he is! There he is! Holy shit, he's there! He's there! Yeah!
So they had a guy dressed like Art the Clown, and I'll show when I show clips, you'll see him. And he went for it. There was a part where he was riding a little tricycle, and that was funny. But then he brought out this baby fetus and started like whipping it around. I can't show that. And I didn't take a video of it because I can't. It's not appropriate. But that was a bit much, and that caught me by surprise. I did not expect the baby. That was pretty
and
bad.
If anything, I think it was actually like trigger warning. This is graphic what I'm going to describe, but it was like a fetus, and I think it was actually the umbilical.
That was what he was whipping around with it.
Whipping it around there, playing football with it, and none of us were expecting that. Like honestly, and apparently they did not do this last year.
Yeah, it's the last tour. Then the song wasn't out yet, so they hadn't done it. So like, as you've seen before with Ice, like they do their bits. Like they'll do like the American Psycho thing, and they did stuff for Ex Mortis, Rainy Day. They did.
Yes.
They did like the Resident Evil thing.
It's him to be above the rest. Hey ho!
Meet and greet. They had a guy who like killed guys, Hannibal Lecter. They did not do Savages this year, which surprised me because last time they did.
Yeah,
I
thought they were gonna do Savages, but honestly, like I saw merch from last year for Savages, but the truth is, I don't know. Maybe it's just old news, and they wanted to replace it with Work of Art.
They probably did because I like Work of Art. That's my favorite. I think it's pretty good. Well, the art bit I think was a little too graphic. So like, this is not a bad thing against Einstein Kills, but like, I think a lot of parents are stupid and don't pay attention to like what they're bringing their kids to see. Like last year you could have taken your kid to like 2 years ago. The last show you could have taken your kid and it would have been fine. But like with the baby, that was a little much, and I think some people were kind of turned off from it.
Especially as an introduction and opener, like it's a little wild.
That's what I mean, and I think Limp Bizkit too, because they say fuck a lot. Like, and they like again, I like it. Like I think it's great, but like I think some people that had brought like real little kids were kind of had a rude awakening of like, oh, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But I think Einstein overall, I mean, they always knock it out of the park with their performance. Like they're entertaining. The problem with Einstein is that they're so entertaining that it's a hard act to follow.
Exactly.
Which makes them like they're a good choice for an opener, but like it sucks for the person that comes next because you got to go balls to the wall to kind of match that chaotic.
They just have this grandeur, theatrical presentation, performance with every single song that they do. And again, you're right. It is hard to top that if you're an opener, but that's why they do extremely well on their own end.
That's what I think. Like I would like to see Ice Nine at some point by themselves, because like I said, it's just kind of it's a weird vibe when you get like all this like bloody horror stuff, and then it's like, oh, it's Limp Bizkit. It's like, oh,
yeah,
nice. You kind of get whiplash. Yeah, yeah. But I would like to see Ice Nine by themselves. You know, they're not a band that I like to listen to consistently. You know, I got to be in the mood for it just because of how intense it is.
Yeah.
But I think as an opener, again, like just knock it out of the park like they always do.
Absolutely.
So that was good.
Just a preface, if you hear someone screeching like a freaking banshee baboon, that's me, and
Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I was there. It's true. I was pretty bad. Yeah. I was there. Get into Limp Bizkit now. I liked Limp Bizkit a lot. That was a lot more fun than I was expecting, because like I don't know, like I wasn't sure like how good they were going to be after all this time, but I was impressed. I thought they did a really good job.
I agree, and honestly, let me tell you, Fred Durst, even as a
50-something
year old man, he still has it in him, especially because, like you said, Limp Bizkit songs are not hard to sing, but the parts where you have to scream I was actually impressed that he still had it in him.
It was good.
And let me tell you though, Fred Durst, this man is Fred Durst, the bringer of rain.
Yeah, so if you don't know, in '99, Limp Bizkit was the headliner for Woodstock '99, and it led to a lot of people getting hurt. I think people died because where it was like really muddy, and so it was just a torrential downpour of rain. So Limp Bizkit was the headliner, and everyone just went berserk and started like breaking shit, like actually not a joke on break stuff, but they started breaking shit, and like people got hurt, and I think people might have died. And that's how severe it was. So we got to relive a little bit of Woodstock '99 when the torrential downpour came from Limp Bizkit. say it didn't show up super good on the video, but like the aura of Fred Durst like doing these songs in like a torrential downpour, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, it was
pretty awesome to see live. The rain sucked, and if the rain had continued any longer, I would have been more pissy.
Yeah, definitely.
But it did add to it. It did add to it. My favorite moment of Limp Bizkit was when they were about to finish, and I said, "Play Break Stuff again." And I shit you not, they played Break Stuff again. And I'm like, oh, I was kidding, but if that's okay, great. I mean, I like it, but yeah, I manifested them playing Break Stuff a second time for some reason, so that was fun.
Who's ready to break some motherfucking records? He's gotta break shit. This is one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Everything is stuck, everybody sucks. Don't you know why? Don't you want to justify? Ripping someone's head off, don't you need contact. And if you mention back, you'll have his own contract. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. Think you better quit, that shit's slick. When you really move that ad-lib. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. Think you better quit, talking that shit.
But I think they sounded really, really good. You know, I like their rock, hip hop, like new metal kind of music, and it just feels good. You know, very angry, very aggressive. They say fuck a lot, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Limp Bizkit really brought it too for a really, really good performance.
I agree. And let me tell you, the guitarist, like,
oh yeah,
the part where he was just kind of freestyling. Honestly, it was just such a vibe going on, and then in companionship, whatever, with the drum set and the turntables at some points. And then you just have Fred Durst saying some crazy things like, "Hey guys, you worship the devil? Yeah! You're all lying!"
He had pretty good audience interaction too. There's one part where he says, "All right, who wants a request?" And people, in the Snake Pit were like yelling. And he says, "Yeah, I don't know that song. We can do any Limp Bizkit song you want." And he was entertaining, like a lot more entertaining than I was expecting.
Yeah.
So come and get it. So I'm up to these sessions and ties. Before I give my heart away, and I know all the games you play. Listen, play them too. Oh, but I need some time. That emotion. Time to pick my heart up off the floor. When love comes down without devotion. Well, it takes a strong man, baby, but I'm showing you that door right now.
When he came out, he was kind of hobbling because he's like 50-something with old man energy, but
And
it was
rain.
good. Yeah, cold rain
Didn't help.
But it was entertaining. It was really, really good. I think that they were able to kind of keep some of the craziness from Ice Nine and kind of carry it over up into Metallica. Yeah. Limp Bizkit still sounds really good after all these years, which really surprised the hell out of me.
Oh yeah, me too, honestly. And honestly, this is the first time for Ice Nine. This is my first time for Limp Bizkit, and first time for Metallica live. And I have to say, Fred Durst, even though your movie career ain't doing so good, I have to say I was really impressed with your opening for Metallica yesterday.
They should have had clips of that movie, the Fanatic. Oh my god, it's so freaking bad. Because there's one line in the movie where the dad goes to the kid, he goes, "You like Limp Bizkit?" And he turns it on the radio, and I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, Limp Bizkit still got it. I will say the one thing to note though, when we start talking about like merchandise, there's only a single T-shirt for Ice Nine, which that she's wearing, which I like.
Yeah.
I was hoping for an Art the Clown one, but I guess they're using the good stuff for their actual tour. And there's nothing for Limp Bizkit. It is all Metallica and like posters. Oh, forgot. So we were in line getting merchandise, and this school shooter comes up to me.
No, he came up to me first.
Oh yeah, he came up to you first because you were in
Yeah.
front of me. And the school shooter comes up, and he's like super like awkward. And he's just like, "You guys buying a poster?" And we were like, "No." It's like, "If I give you my card, will you get it for me?" And then she didn't feel comfortable, which is totally fine. It was kind of creepy, but I was like, "Fucking dude, whatever." So I took the dude's card and I got him a poster and I gave it to him. Like, okay, fine, here you go. Because like I don't know, I'm like, there was a limit to how many you can buy. So like, I don't think he was trying to buy multiple to resell it. I think he was buying it for other people. I think.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure because they were limited with the posters. Like there's certain stands like out front that only had a set number of posters.
Yeah, exactly. Because when we got in, there was like the main truck trailer which had the merchandise that we got this from, and there was one single line that out of nowhere everyone was passing. So we were like, okay, so I guess we just pass them and go on in. So we did, and the reason why is because the merch team actually said that those people that were just kind of standing there, they are waiting for the posters for this tour, because she said there are only 50 available.
And I guess that's 50 per stand, like per merch stand. Which there were a lot of merch stands. We passed a bunch trying to find other things, but it's all Metallica stuff, which we'll get to in a moment. But I mean, I think the poster's cool, but $50 is a lot for a poster that's going to get destroyed, or like, you have to pay extra to frame it. So I thought that was kind of pricey, but that was a popular item, was the poster, which I did not get.
I mean, obviously the poster was cool.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things too. Like, I don't remember the size, but it's one of those things that personally, like, if you don't have a bag and you're at a concert, I don't want to carry it home and carry it in a concert.
No, fuck that.
And also, thank God, it went, because with all that not torrential, but with all that rain we had, like, where are you going to cover it?
Oh, well, it probably could have ruined your poster too. Because even if it was in the tube, like it was when it rained, it was like really raining badly.
It was cold rain too.
Oh, which wasn't fun. It was not. I mean, in the moment it was cool, but like after like sitting there when you're gross. Metallica for the first time?
Oh gosh, let me tell you. So I never got into Metallica, and it's not to say I never liked them. I just didn't necessarily just listen to them. And he said, no, do your homework and listen to at least their popular stuff. And I did. And I was like, oh shit, this is really actually fucking cool. So when we got to Metallica, let me tell you, yeah, the boys, they have been in this game for years.
Yeah.
And it shows, but they are fun. They're entertaining, and they still got it in them with the finesse of their music and even the power of his vocal cords, and they just know how to fucking rock the place.
His voice has held up surprisingly well. I'm surprised because he's still able to like scream and like be really grungy. At their age, I mean, they're all in their 60s at this point. Like, it really is impressive how good they sound and play. Yeah. And they're funny too. Like at multiple points in the show, James was like pretending like he never listened to his own shit before. And he's like, I had a dream about this Red album. There's a hammer on it. People screaming, "Kill them all! Kill them all!" What are you, my fucking therapist now? You see my shit? And then he's like, "Oh, you bought that one? Can I have it?" It was entertaining. Yeah. I mean, they were all entertaining. At one point, they were cheering for Lars, and Lars just yells, "I'm old and I'm deaf. I can't fucking hear you," as they're going over. One thing that surprised me about Metallica is the pits were not as rough as they were last time. Yeah. Like, there were people moving around, and then more so with Limp Bizkit. But I think the cold and the rain kind of got people to not want to, like, mosh anymore. Yeah. Because normally the snake pit, like, the dead center pit is, like, really crazy with, like, people running around and around and around. But I think people just didn't have the energy after the rainstorm to do that. So, like I said, it's not like people weren't having fun, but it was just a little more static than I was expecting.
Yeah, same here. Especially because, people were kind of starting to go a little bit hog wild for Limp, but once Metallica came in, I think everyone was just so cold at that point. And also, they probably didn't want to slip and bust their ass.
That's true, too. Like it's a health hazard, and, like, to try and rescue someone in the snake pit would, like, be a real pain in the ass, because like Metallica has to stop, which I'm sure they would do if someone was hurt.
Of course.
I will say I did not end up in the ambulance this time, so that's good. That was a bonus. But I think overall the selection of songs was really, really good. It was similar to the first night. The one song that I liked, but I didn't like the visuals. I did not like Cyanide. I didn't like the coffin thing. It was creepy. It made me uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
Like I like gross stuff. So basically, they did this song called Cyanide, which they had not done before. and like the visual on like the towers, that was like this family that were like dead, but then they wake up and they're stuck in the coffin, and so it was very distracting for me because they were like screaming and punching and like freaking out and stuff, and that kind of drew my attention away from like the music, like the Metallica part.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And it wasn't bad, but like that I didn't like that visual. I'm just like,
like
it made me uncomfortable.
It's because it's terrifying. You wake up, you're in a coffin, and you're trying damn hard to like escape.
And there's
from
nothing you can do at that point,
nothing
right?
you can do. And I even found myself just staring at that visual and like the music
Right.
as much as it's like getting to my ears. I just wasn't paying attention to the music.
Yeah, like, again, I don't want to say that it's bad, because I'm sure some people are like, oh, that's so fucking metal.
Cool,
but like for me, I'm just like, okay. Like I like the more like muted visuals for stuff. Like I think like Master of Puppets, the visual I thought was perfect. With like
the crosses, the graveyard.
Yeah, the spooky graveyard, like the red background, like that was good.
Perfect.
But all their visuals are good, and I think the thing with the people was well made. Like I'm sure those actors made bank.
Yeah.
But just for me, like that concept of like being stuck in the coffin just makes me uncomfortable, and I'm like, ugh.
Tonight, y'all. Welcome to the party. So great to be back here in Philadelphia, man. We love it here. We have the best time. Great food, incredible people. So much to celebrate. Anyway, Kirk and I love to jam. In fact, on the way here yesterday, we jammed for like 4 hours, right, Kirk? And we whipped up some for you tonight. You recognize this one, but check it out. Hope you like it. This is us in the raw, man. So bear with us. Let's have fun.
Woo! Go Birds! Go Birds!
Situation.
Yeah. When I die, just throw me in the trash.
Stop.
Before I would always say that Master of Puppets is my favorite song, but I think as time has gone on, now that I'm getting old, I think Nothing Else Matters has kind of snuck its way into being my favorite, because it was good. That was really good.
Beautiful.
Because like on the way up, because he was listening to stuff on the way up, and she was like, this one's good, but I'm not really feeling it. And I'm like, just wait till you see it live, and then you'll see what I mean. But live is something completely different.
Oh, it was absolutely stunning because Nothing Else Matters is just such a moving song, and then you have the ambiance of everyone on the stage bringing out their phones with the flashlights, and when that happened, it was finally dark, the sun had set, and it just felt like we were in outer space with the stars and Metallica just sitting there in the middle, providing us this beautiful song.
And the visuals were cool. The visuals were cool too,
were.
like the double layer, like blue light kind of visual as they were playing. That was really cool. So last time when they played that, Kirk fucked up in the beginning, and he had to stop the show and restart. He did not fuck up this time, so that was good.
That's awesome.
So they were able to not embarrass themselves by screwing up a song they made 50 years ago. Everything about it was great. I think the rain kind of sucked, but I think we did a good job making through it.
Yeah, absolutely, because it did stop after Fred Durst left, because he's the rain bringer.
Goddamn rain master. The last thing that I will say is that for Metallica, just be aware the parking situation is going to be hell on earth. Parking situation, that was horrible.
Oh my
We did not get out of the parking lot till like 1 in the morning, and the show ended at around what 11-ish?
11.
We just sat. So the parking lot they were at, the asshole drivers, because they're coming from all over. There's a spot where they're supposed to only go right, but people kept turning left and like gumming up the traffic. And then the people who like ran the from the lot from Citizens Bank Park, they didn't open the other side of the gate. So it was just people just waiting and waiting and waiting. I mean, we saw like people were like screaming, yelling, cursing, smashing their fucking horns with their car.
Oh my god!
It was bad.
And literally people standing on top of their cars to either assess the situation. And one guy was literally screaming like, "Do your fucking job! Open the other gate!"
It was bad.
And I'm just like, y'all, like I get it. We are all exhausted, but it's just kind of like eventually they did open up the other gate, and finally, slowly but surely, we were able to disperse and go on our merry way. But like. Ooh, that was rough. So, pack Red Bull.
Yeah, Red Bull, coffee, whatever, because like the parking situation, like, I mean, this is true from last time.
Yeah.
And I think it's true from anywhere because these stadiums are so packed. Because it's not just the seats, it's also the center. Because the center has like half the stadium in it too.
Yeah.
Which is shitloads of people, so just be prepared that you're going to be sitting there for a really long time. It is what it is. Be safe, don't be a dick, just let people go and just leave when you have the chance and you'll make it home safe. But it is just something to be aware of.
Now, I would actually like to add a very random pointer, but I think this is also a highlight of specifically the venue, which is the Lincoln Financial Center. If you ever go to this center, I have a huge recommendation for culinary delights. Listen to me. If you go to the Lincoln Financial Center, do yourself a favor and get the funnel cake fries.
That was good.
With
that was
the
good.
Fruity Pebbles on top. They were expensive, but wow, I don't know what they put besides that. They probably sacrificed children to make that, but it was so amazing. I don't know why they were so good.
That was really good. I mean, the food itself is like it's stadium food, but yeah, that in particular.
But particularly, that's the one thing I would highly recommend. If you are going to spend a ridiculous amount of money on a dish at a stadium, get the funnel cake fries.
Yeah, that was good. Go ahead and show the merchandise that we got. So, you want to go first?
Okay, yeah, I'll go first. So
yeah, because you got different stuff than I did. I just got shirts.
So, I think I will start with the one thing that really caught my attention. He would just hold that other side barely. Look how cool this bandana is, because I started getting into bandanas because they're so freaking useful, and look how cool that is. It's literally a work of art. And what I like is that, you can fold it up, and if you wear it as a mask, you have that situation going on, but also wearing it over your head is just extremely fashionable and just matches, whatever Metallica tee you have, and even as a handkerchief, it's just badass.
She was wearing a shirt that had the exact design too.
Same exact design on it. So the next thing I got is just like, I don't know, I like keychains. The M72 Seasons clip, because why not? It's useful. I like keychains, I like clips, so I was like, it's cool. I don't know. Well, now I think it's t-shirt time. So they have a few t-shirt designs. I'm sure somebody out there is going to have at least one t-shirt that they're really going to like. But I personally got this one with the Grim Reaper and a snake on it because, come on, that's badass.
Hey, show the back too, because the extra stuff in the back.
Exactly.
That's pretty gnarly.
Got all the tour dates on the back as well, so that's why I picked this one. So that was a very, very nice purchase. So
I mean, Metallica always has good shirts.
They do.
They're metal bands, and I have a crippling addiction. So the first one that I got is this one. I like it because of the spooky eyeballs.
Oh, it's so cool. I do like that one.
I like that, and this one also does have the tour dates, but like nothing extra fancy on the back. But I also like that it's purple. Like I don't have a dark purple Metallica shirt. All the ones that I have are like red based.
Yeah.
And then the show exclusive I thought was great for Philly. I guess I don't know if it's the Jersey Devil or just the Devil in general, but he's just eating a cheesesteak, and I thought that was funny. But I think the art is really well done too. I just like that in general.
What I also really like about this illustration is that you could actually see that the Kraken he was fighting in the last year's tour, the tentacles are in the sandwich.
So I think that's going to be the second shirt. So I might get that if I see it. Nothing on the back, just the date of the tour itself.
And the location.
The location. Yeah, the location and date. But I don't know. It's just really funny. He's just eating a cheesesteak. I just think that's funny.
It's just dope as hell. And also, that is the same art that was on the coveted poster.
Yeah.
That everyone wanted.
Right. So that shirt is the same one that you'll see in the thumbnail with like the media towers, and then that was the same poster.
And
so
I'm just going to assume that the next post they might
Gonna
also
be
have
the same.
next poster is either going to be the same with the other T-shirt design for the second day.
So I mean, it sounds like you had a good time. I mean, I certainly did. So
I did.
So I would say, would you go see him again?
I think I think I would, because I was blown away. I was so impressed, and I was afraid like, maybe I don't want to go because I don't really listen to this band. Maybe I won't have a good time. No, I had a phenomenal time from beginning to end. Cold rain be damned. Honestly.
Yeah, really.
Cold rain be damned. So if I had an opportunity to see Metallica again, I would, because they still got it in them, and they are still just so again, like, pun intended, they know how to fucking rock and roll. They know
I mean,
how
they
to
do.
rock the dice.
Yeah, metal up the ass. if
Metal
you will.
up the
Metal
ass.
up the ass, if you will.
Exactly. So I absolutely would definitely see them again. And one day, yes, I would like to see Ice Nine Kills on their own tour. Just this year's just not going to work out, but that's how it is.
I mean, right? It's like, you can't see everything,
Right.
whether it be money, resources, time, trying to actually go travel somewhere.
Yeah,
which
for
is
sure.
unfortunate. But obviously, my answer is yes, because I'm seeing them again on Sunday. I'm already tired. I'm tired. I'm still tired from last night. So we'll see how tomorrow goes with the second show. So after that one, I'll make like another part 2 video, and I'll probably just smash them together and be like, okay, here's the whole thing. But yeah, so that's how we spent our anniversary. We had a great time. And yeah, for anyone thinking about it, I would say do it. Do it while you can, because you never know how much longer someone's going to be around. You don't know if someone's going to get sick, die, rip the vocal cords. You never know what's going to happen.
Sure.
Which is crazy, but I recommend it. It's always a good time, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
I agree, and also, yeah, even if you spend a little extra money, I believe that even if you do, it's not something you would ever regret.
Nah,
not like
this.
You'll be tired on the ride out. You'll be bitching. But you will always remember that moment of when you saw these amazing people live. That's going to stay with you. So I think it's just worth it on that basis.
I agree, and the other thing too is like just seeing bands like this that are so like legendary, I guess, for lack of a better word. It's like why not? You're gonna have a good time.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So part 2 will be out when part 2 actually ends up happening. And yeah, thanks for coming on. I'm glad we got to spend the concert together. I had a great time. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.